Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are making maple bacon ice cream. The reason we're making this is my parents, while I was doing the Texas brownie video, were on their anniversary vacation that they take annually, and my dad went on a search for his favorite maple bacon ice cream in the area and couldn't find it. So I took it upon myself to try to make it, and this is going to be my first attempt, and we'll see how this goes. And after it's done, we'll let Joey and Daddy taste it and we'll see what they think. Before we can even get started, we have to make our candied bacon. To do this, we will need 10 strips of bacon, a half a cup of sugar, and a half a cup of brown sugar. I'm going to start by putting some parchment down on my sheet pan. So preheat the oven to 350. We're going to prepare this lovely bacon. Just going to lay this out on the tray. 10 strips of bacon, and these are going to go into the oven for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, these have come through their first round, and I'm going to now sprinkle them with the sugars. So take your sugars, which have been mixed together, and you're just going to coat all of your bacon in your sugar. Okay, well right now I am making candied bacon for the camera here. And you're thinking this is an amazing amount of sugar, but I'm following the recipe. Okay, so now I've poured this cup of brown and white sugar on here, and I'm gonna put this back in the oven for another 10 minutes. So we have our bacon has come out of the oven, and I'm gonna transfer it over here so it can cool. Okay, now we just gotta let this cool to room temperature, and then we can chop it up and put it in the fridge. Now that we've got our bacon is at room temperature and can be handled, I'm gonna chop it all up and make it crumbly, and I'm gonna just make these into small candy bacon crumbles as you can, and then we're gonna put them into the refrigerator so that we can use them in our ice cream. For the ice cream base, we will need 2 cups of heavy cream, 1 cup of milk, 3 egg yolks, 2 tablespoons of white sugar, a cup of maple syrup, a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. The vanilla extract I used my sister made, and it has a bourbon base. I thought that would be very complimentary to the maple. We are going to separate our cream and our milk. First thing we're going to do is pour our milk, 1 cup of our cream. Ooh, started to spray a little there. Okay. Alright, so we've got 1 more cup of cream, and we're going to pour it. Alright, so I'm going to pour my cream into a heat-proof bowl, under which we're going to actually just put an ice bath because we want to keep this really cold. Now, I'm going to pour this ice into here. I'm going to stick our milk in. We'll stick our cream in. Go right to my milk and cream. I'm going to add my sugar and salt. Whisk that in. And the maple syrup. Get that all mixed up, and we're going to turn the heat on that. So we're going to get that all nice and melty. Meanwhile, over here, we are going to take our lovely whisked eggs, egg yolks, and we're going to put them into this, again, heat-proof bowl. Okie dokie. So I'm just going to give this a bit of a whisk. That's mixed up really good. And then I'm going to put this to the side while we wait for our milk and sugar to melt and heat up. Back over to the milk and heat. So you're just going to keep this going at medium heat until everything is melted together and warm. Right. So we are just at that point where it's starting to bubble around the edges. So that means that it's hot enough, so we're going to turn this off. Okay, hot enough for what, you might ask? To temper our eggs. Let's hope we can do it without cooking them. We will try. So I'm going to spoon very slowly this hot maple milk into our eggs. Very, very slowly, and I'm going to do it while mixing the eggs constantly because we don't want them to cook. We need our egg hot enough that we can put it back into the maple milk. So is that now hot enough? Yeah, that's hot enough now. So now I'm going to slowly add the egg into the maple. So now we're going to turn the heat back on to medium-low. And I'm going to set this on here and let this cook to thicken while I change the battery in my camera before it dies. So that custard is done. So now we're going to strain this mixture, oops, into our cream. All right. Perfect. All right, so a little bit that got cooked just went in there. That's fine. So we're gonna give this another whisk. And now we've just got to get this down to room temperature so we can put it in the refrigerator. Oh, before we do that, add our vanilla, last but not least. So we'll give this a few minutes to cool, and then we will wrap it up, put it in the refrigerator, and this can sit in the refrigerator for 2 hours or overnight. First, it's going to be overnight. Now we're going to be making our ice cream to my manufacturer's specifications using my ice cream maker. So I'm going to grab the container, put it in the freezer overnight. Before I put that in, I'm just going to pour it. Oh, look how thick that got overnight. Now put that in there. Now we're going to get this over here. It's trying to get away from me. So now we're going to put our paddle in. We'll close it. Come back here. Close this up. Now I'm going to layer ice and kosher salt because that's how my machine works. I'm going to let this run until the ice cream is churned. And when we have our ice cream made, just before we're done, we're going to come back to throw our bacon in. This is going to take probably about a half an hour to an hour for me, but for you guys, it's going to only take an instant. So as you can see, it's thickening up quite nicely now. Got another couple of minutes left in this churning process. I have amazingly stopped it at the perfect time. So at this moment, I'm going to throw in my candied bacon for the last minute of this churning process. So all the candied bacon is in there. I'm gonna close it up, put on the cover, let this go for like 1 more minute just to get that all combined. We'll transfer it, and then we're gonna put it in the freezer for like 8 hours. So we got this out. Oh, now I'm going to transfer it. Ooh, look at that. I think this worked out quite nicely, actually. So there it is. We're gonna cover this up, and we're gonna freeze this for like a minimum of 6 hours. Daddy, would you like to know what the surprise is?
Yeah.
I made you maple bacon ice cream because you couldn't find any on your vacation.
I was waiting a year for maple bacon ice cream and I couldn't.
Okay, well this is my first attempt.
Okay.
So it may not be the greatest, but you have to let me know what you think. Alright, oh, and it's getting soft because it came all the way here. For those who don't know, that's about 60 miles.
Clunk. He sort of jumped.
He does this.
What else am I supposed to do?
Eat ice cream.
Behave. Maple and bacon go together.
And the maple is wonderful.
The maple ice cream by itself is a really good maple ice cream.
Thank you.
The bacon by itself is really good bacon.
That's because I bought really good bacon to make good bacon maple ice cream. The only thing I've said that I would do differently if I were to do this again is I would get thinner sliced bacon, because this is just too much. It's got a little bit of an like
Chew.
the chew, but not only that, but that's the bacon grease kind of leaves a little bit, just ever so slightly. I can taste it more than I would like to.
Yeah.
So that would be my only critique. Next time I will use thinner bacon.
I'm just having a wonderful time.
As you should.
Well, anyway, let me just say, you saved my summer. You saved my summer.
Victory!
Take that, unnamed ice cream place at Bar Harbor, Maine.
Anyway, we've been having such a wonderful time sitting here eating our ice cream, we forgot to close this video. So with that said, until next time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw and would like to see more content like this, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I have uploaded again. And from all of us at the channel, take care, be safe, and
Stare harder into the phones.